you very much, Madam Deputy Speaker. In just 1 year, this Labour government has already failed rural Britain on transport. They've scrapped the £2 bus fare cap, pushing up costs for working people. They wasted £250 million in the process of nationalising South Western Railway, while my commuters are still stuck with cancelled peak services. And they continue to pour billions into London, while communities like Farnham, Borden, Haslemere and Liphook in my constituency are left behind. My constituency is just 40 miles from London, yet the difference in connectivity is stark. London enjoys a world-class system, well, when it's not being held to ransom by greedy tube driver unions as we have this week, but usually it is. But Farnham, Haslemere, Borden and Liphook are treated very differently. The contrast with London is outrageous, Madam Deputy Speaker. In the capital, a bus stop every 400 metres, services every 5 to 10 minutes, all through the night. In my constituency, buses are 30 to 90 minutes apart if they run at all, and after 7 p.m, many disappear entirely. Students at the University of the Creative Arts in Farnham cannot get to Guildford in the evening. Meanwhile, Londoners can choose from over 100 night bus routes. And while the London passengers can pay a fixed £1.75 fare, in rural Surrey or Hampshire, people are paying much more because Labour hiked the cap. Madam Deputy Speaker, my constituents will remember Labour put up their fares. And that's why I took action. I convened the Borden Task Force, bringing Stagecoach, the local councils, local leaders around the table. And the results speak for themselves. The newly revised 18 bus service now runs every 30 minutes on weekdays and Saturdays, hourlies on Sundays, linking Borden, Whitehill, Farnham and Aldershot. The service number 13 between Borden, Alton and Basingstoke has also been strengthened, now with 6 Sunday return journeys. Stagecoach even trialled a free travel this June after my push for better value. These are tangible improvements that make life easier for thousands of people. But gaps still remain. It's extraordinary that there's no bus connection between Borden and Petersfield, only 11 miles apart from a single school service. That's why I'm in talks with East Hampshire District Council to establish a new route modelled on the Waverley Hospital Hopper, a scheme I secured funding for in Farnham. I will do.
I thank my honourable friend for giving way, and I agree with the points he's making. The train to get to my constituency runs through his constituency, and he's referred to it already. My constituency, unfortunately, is reliant on entirely privatised ferry companies in order for us to get there. Does he agree with me that this government, if it's going to be truly integrated in its outlook with transport, it needs to connect all parts of the United Kingdom and stop focusing only on cities?
Well, my honourable friend makes a very powerful and important point. He's absolutely right. This government is focused on the metropolitan areas, and constituencies like his and mine, which are rural and semi-rural, are simply left behind. And his mention of rail neatly brings me on to my points on rail, because for me, rail does tell the same story as buses. 3 of my 4 major towns have stations, but Borden, the third largest one, has none. And the lines that do exist are fragmented and unreliable. Only this week, the 728 from Farnham to Waterloo was cancelled. Too many times, peak time trains arrive at Haslemere or Liphook with just 4 coaches. And when I challenged South Western Railway, I was told that to avoid cancellations nearer London, they reassign carriages away from my area. I made it clear to them, my commuters are not second-class citizens, and this needs to change. At South Western's Farnham depot this summer, I pressed them directly on the £250 million Arterio fleet, meant to relieve overcrowding, but still sitting idle for want of drivers or because of faults. I secured assurances of a change, and I'm now going to hold them to account. And meanwhile, as I've already mentioned, the government wasted £250 million nationalising South Western Railway. That money could have delivered a permanent Borden to Liphook bus link for 1,000 years. Instead, urban areas get crossrails and trams, while my constituents get cancellations and 4-carriage trains. This clearly isn't acceptable. Madam Deputy Speaker, much more help is needed for my constituents. Rural communities like mine cannot keep being treated as second class. Levelling up, economic growth, net zero, all laudable aims means nothing if millions of people in my constituency and the surrounds cannot get a bus on a Sunday or a train with more than 4 carriages on a Monday morning. And that is the reality of Labour's transport policy. Higher fares, wasted money and broken promises. That's unacceptable to my constituents, and I would hope unacceptable to every single member's constituents in this House.
Elsie Blundell.